The champagne flute slips from my fingers. It doesn't shatter. The carpet in this hotel hallway is too plush, too expensive for something as dramatic as breaking glass. It just falls, silent and anticlimactic, champagne spreading like a gold stain across ivory fibers. I'm staring at it, at my ruined shoes, at anything except the 3 men in black suits walking toward me. Except I can't not look at him, the one in the center, taller than the others, broader. Dark hair swept back from a face that belongs in a museum, all sharp angles and classical proportions, except for the scar cutting through his left eyebrow. His eyes are so dark they're almost black, and they're fixed on me with an intensity that makes my skin prickle. He stops 5 feet away, doesn't smile, doesn't blink. Then he lifts one hand, slowly, deliberately, and points directly at me. "Bring her to my room." His voice is deep, accented, Italian, maybe, or Russian. I can't think straight enough to place it. The man to his left moves toward me. That's when my brain catches up to my body, and I do what any reasonable person would do when strange men in a luxury hotel hallway decide you're coming with them. I run. I make it maybe 10 feet before a hand closes around my wrist. Not rough, not gentle either, just certain. Like the universe has already decided this is happening, and my opinion is irrelevant. "Miss." The man's voice is calm, professional. "Mr. Volkov would like to speak with you. It won't take long." Volkov. The name registers somewhere in my panic-soaked brain. I've heard it before. Where have I heard it before? "I don't know any Volkov," I say, and I hate that my voice shakes. "You have the wrong person." "You were alone in the hall," the man says, like that's an explanation, like that's a reason. "So?" I yank my wrist, but his grip doesn't budge. This is a hotel, people walk in hallways. It's kind of the point. At 3 in the morning, in the penthouse corridor, where access requires a key card you don't have. Oh, that's actually a fair point. I glance down the hall toward the elevators, toward escape, but the math is simple and unforgiving. I'm in 4-inch heels and a cocktail dress. These men are trained professionals with earpieces and guns. I can probably see if I look hard enough at their jackets. The man who pointed, Volkov, hasn't moved. He's still watching me with those predator eyes, patient and utterly confident. I could scream. Would anyone come? Would anyone care in a hotel where the penthouse floor costs more per night than I make in a month? 10 minutes, Volkov says. His accent curls around the words, making them sound like a promise and a threat. "You answer my questions, then you leave." "And if I don't want to answer questions?" His head tilts slightly. The corner of his mouth moves, not quite a smile. "Then you'll answer them anyway. But it will take longer." The suite is absurd, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. Marble floors, a living room the size of my entire apartment, everything cream and gold and reeking of money. They put me on a white leather couch. Volkov sits across from me in a matching chair, ankle crossed over knee, completely relaxed. His men position themselves by the door and the windows. Escape routes blocked. My heart is hammering so hard I'm sure they can hear it. "Your name," Volkov says. I consider lying. Emma Chen. Emma Chen. He repeats it slowly, tasting each syllable. "And what were you doing outside the presidential suite at 3 in the morning, Emma Chen?" "The presidential suite." "Right. The room where Senator Morrison is staying. The room I absolutely was not supposed to be anywhere near after I left his private party an hour ago." I lift my chin. "I got lost." "Lost." The elevators are confusing. "You took the service elevator, the one that requires a staff key card, which you obtained from..." He glances at one of his men who consults a phone. "David Park, security personnel. Who gave you access in exchange for your phone number?" My stomach drops. They know. They know. But what do they know? That I'm a journalist? That I've been investigating Morrison's connection to offshore accounts? That I had a hidden camera in my clutch until David, the idiot security guard, made me leave it downstairs? Volkov leans forward, elbows on knees. "You're not a thief. Your dress costs $400, mid-range designer, bought on sale. Your shoes are Jimmy Choo, but 3 seasons old. You take care of them. You're not wealthy, but you understand how to look like you belong in spaces like this. I stare at him. Do you just profile every woman you meet? Only the ones who appear in restricted areas of my hotel. I stop. Your hotel? I own the building, along with several others in the city. He sits back. So when someone is where they shouldn't be, I take an interest, particularly when that person is beautiful, intelligent, and clearly running from something. The casual way he says beautiful makes heat crawl up my neck. I ignore it. I wasn't running from anything. You had your goon squad chase me. You ran first, he points out. Guilty conscience? Survival instinct. Interesting. His eyes haven't left my face. Most people freeze when they're afraid. You ran. That means you've assessed a threat before. You've had practice. I don't like how much he sees. Don't like how exposed I feel under that dark gaze. Are you going to tell me what this is about? I ask. Or are we just going to sit here while you demonstrate your Sherlock Holmes routine? One of the men by the door makes a sound, quickly suppressed. Volkov's expression doesn't change, but something flickers in his eyes. Amusement, maybe. I need to know if you're a threat, he says simply. To who? You? The hotel? The senator sleeping down the hall? To me. The way he says it, flat, definite, sends ice down my spine. I'm a journalist, I hear myself say. Stupid. So stupid to admit it. But something about those eyes makes me feel like lying is pointless. I'm working on a story about Morrison, political corruption, financial crimes. Nothing to do with you. Morrison is meeting with associates of mine tomorrow morning. If your story damages him, it damages my interests. My mouth goes dry. Associates. The kind of word that means exactly what I think it means. What kind of associates? I ask, even though I don't want to know. Volkov smiles. It's not a nice smile. The kind who don't appreciate journalists. He stands abruptly, and I flinch before I can stop myself. He notices. Of course he notices. You're not leaving, he says, and my heart stops. Not yet. I need to make a phone call. Confirm some things about you. Confirm? What things? Whether you're who you say you are, whether you're working alone, whether you're stupid enough to have told anyone where you are tonight. Oh God, I didn't tell anyone because this was supposed to be off the books, below radar, just me and a hunch about Morrison's schedule. Volkov nods to one of his men. She stays here. Don't let her touch her phone. Don't let her leave. Wait. I stand up too fast, stumble in my heels. You can't just keep me here. That's kidnapping. You're a guest, Volkov says smoothly. An unexpected guest in my hotel, in my private corridor, potentially threatening my business arrangements. I'm simply ensuring we understand each other before you go. I could scream. You could, he agrees. The walls are soundproofed. But you're welcome to try. He walks toward the bedroom, then pauses at the doorway, looks back at me. The champagne, he says. What? You were holding champagne from the senator's party. It's not a question. I nod anyway. Did you drink any? No, I was just holding it to blend in. Something shifts in his expression, so subtle I almost miss it. Smart girl. Then he's gone, door closing behind him with a soft click. I'm left standing in a stranger's luxury suite at 3 a.m, wearing a cocktail dress and ruined shoes, with 2 large men blocking every exit. This is, without question, the worst assignment of my career. Or maybe, as I catch my reflection in the floor-to-ceiling windows, see the fear and adrenaline bright in my eyes, maybe it's about to become the most important one. Behind me, one of the men clears his throat. Sit down, Miss Chen. I sit, and I wait. 20 minutes pass, then 30. I count the seconds by my heartbeat, by the rhythm of the city lights blinking stories below. The men don't speak, don't move. They're statues in expensive suits, and I'm a butterfly pinned to velvet. I should be planning escape, thinking through scenarios, but my brain keeps snagging on stupid details. The way Volkov moved, economical, controlled, no wasted motion, the scar through his eyebrow. How did he get it? Knife? Bullet? The accent that made my name sound like something exotic and forbidden. Beautiful, he'd said, like it was a fact, like he was commenting on the weather. I shake my head sharply. This is not the time for whatever this is. This is not the time to notice that a dangerous man has good bone structure and eyes like midnight. The bedroom door opens. I stand automatically, then feel foolish and sit back down. Volkov emerges, phone in hand, and his expression is unreadable. Emma Chen, he says. Age 28. Graduated Columbia School of Journalism, 3 years at the Metro Post covering city politics. Clean record, no arrests, no debts. You live alone in Queens. Rent is paid on time. You have a cat named Hemingway, which means you were careful, alert. You understood on some level that you were in danger. I always understand when I'm in danger, I say quietly. I'm good at recognizing predators. His eyes darken. And what do you see when you look at me, Emma Chen? The question hangs between us, heavy and dangerous. I should lie, should say something smart and deflecting. Instead, I tell the truth. Something worse than Morrison, but maybe something more honest. The silence stretches. 1 heartbeat, 2. Then Volkov stands, and suddenly he's close, too close. I have to tilt my head back to maintain eye contact. You're perceptive, he murmurs. That's going to be a problem. Why? Because perceptive people see too much, and I don't like being seen. But he doesn't move away, and neither do I. We stand there, inches apart, while something electric and terrifying builds in the air between us. You should go, he says, but his voice has gone rough. You said I couldn't leave. That was before. Before what? His jaw tightens. Before I decided keeping you here was more dangerous than letting you go. I don't understand. Don't understand the tension in his shoulders, the way his hands have curled into fists at his sides, the heat in his gaze that has nothing to do with anger. Then I do understand. And my breath catches. Go home, Emma, Volkov says softly. Forget about Morrison. Forget about tonight. Forget about me. It's good advice, smart advice. So naturally, I don't take it. What if I don't want to forget? His eyes flash. You don't know what you're saying. I'm saying I'm not afraid of you. You should be. Maybe. But I'm not. We're so close now I can see the gold flecks in his dark eyes, can count his heartbeats in the pulse at his throat. You're going to be trouble, he says, and it sounds almost like wonder. Yeah, I agree. I usually am. Then, a knock at the door. Sharp, urgent. The spell breaks. Volkov steps back, and I feel the loss of his proximity like cold water. One of his men opens the door. Another man enters, older, silver-haired, wearing a suit that probably costs more than my car. He speaks rapidly in what I now recognize as Russian. Volkov responds in the same language, his voice hard. The older man glances at me, says something else. Volkov cuts him off with a single word. Then he turns back to me, and his expression is locked down tight. There's been a complication. What kind of complication? The kind that means you really can't leave now. My heart starts hammering again. What are you talking about? Morrison is dead, Volkov says flatly. Shot in his suite 15 minutes ago. Police are locking down the building. No one in or out. The room tilts. But I didn't. I know you didn't. His voice is certain. You've been here with me, but the police don't know that. And when they search the security footage, they'll see you on this floor, near his suite, with access you shouldn't have had. Oh God. Oh God, oh God, oh God. They'll think I killed him. Yes. So, what do I do? Volkov exchanges a glance with the silver-haired man. Some silent communication passes between them. Then he looks back at me, and his expression is absolutely serious. "You stay with me," he says, "until I can fix this. You don't talk to the police. You don't leave this suite. You trust me to handle it." "Trust you? I don't even know you." "No," he agrees. "But right now, I'm the only thing standing between you and a murder charge, so you're going to have to learn quickly." They give me the bedroom. Volkov insists, says he'll take the couch, that I should rest, that this will all be resolved by morning. I don't believe him, but I'm too exhausted and terrified to argue. The bedroom is as obscenely luxurious as the rest of the suite. King-sized bed with hotel white linens, another wall of windows, a bathroom with a shower that could fit 6 people. I lock the door. Then I sit on the edge of the bed and try to breathe. Morrison is dead. Someone killed him. Tonight. While I was in this suite, being interrogated and weirdly almost seduced by a man who apparently owns half the city. This is insane. This is actually literally insane. I should call someone, my editor, a lawyer. My mom, no, not my mom, she'd have a heart attack. But my phone is still with Volkov's men, and even if I had it, what would I say? "Hi, I'm a potential murder suspect being protected by the Russian Mafia. Send help." I laugh. It comes out high and slightly hysterical. Then I hear voices through the door, muffled, arguing maybe. I press my ear to the wood. "Can't stay here." That's the silver-haired man speaking English now, accented but clear. "It's too dangerous for both of you." "I'll decide what's dangerous." Volkov's voice, cold and flat. "She's a journalist, Alexei. When this is over, she'll write about you, about us, everything she's seen." "She won't. You can't know that." "I know." A pause. "Trust me, Pavel. I know." What does that mean? How can he possibly know? "You're thinking with the wrong part of your anatomy," Pavel says dryly. "Watch yourself." "She's beautiful. I understand. But this is reckless, even for you." "It's not about that." "Then what is it about?" Silence. Long enough that I think Volkov won't answer. Then, "She ran toward the elevators, not the stairs." So? So the stairs were closer, but the elevators meant cameras, witnesses. She was running toward people, not away from them. That's not just intelligence, that's instinct. I don't understand. She's been afraid before. Someone hurt her, taught her that crowds are safer than isolation. And tonight, when she thought I was dangerous, she didn't beg, didn't cry. She ran. His voice drops lower, and I have to strain to hear. "I'm not letting Morrison's killer pin this on a woman who's already learned to run." My throat tightens. He's wrong. No one's hurt me, not in the way he means. But he's right about the rest. I do run toward people. I did learn somewhere along the way that isolation is where bad things happen. And he noticed. In the span of 20 minutes, he noticed. "You're getting attached," Pavel says quietly. "That's dangerous." "I'm aware." "Then send her away. Let the lawyers handle it." "No." "Alexei, I said no." Finality in those words. She stays. End of discussion. Footsteps, the sound of a door opening and closing. Then silence. I step back from the door, heart pounding. He's protecting me. A man I met an hour ago, a man who is clearly dangerous and probably criminal, and absolutely not someone I should trust. He's protecting me anyway. I should be terrified, should be planning escape the second the police leave. Instead, I'm standing in a locked bedroom, thinking about gold flecks in dark eyes and the way he said beautiful like it was my name. This is a disaster. I'm going to get hurt, or arrested, or both. But when I climb into the too soft bed and close my eyes, the last thing I see is Volkov's face, the scar through his eyebrow, the intensity of his gaze. "You're going to be trouble," he said. "Yeah, we both are." So I wake to voices again. Daylight streams through the windows, midday sun, judging by the angle. I slept for hours. How did I sleep for hours? Then I remember exhaustion, adrenaline crash, the surreal safety of a locked door, and the knowledge that somehow I wasn't alone. I stumble to the bathroom, splash water on my face. I'm still wearing last night's dress, wrinkled and wine-stained. My makeup is smeared. I look like exactly what I am, someone who's had the worst night of her life. The voices outside are louder now, not arguing, discussing. I unlock the door and crack it open. Volkov is standing by the windows, phone pressed to his ear. He's changed clothes, black shirt, sleeves rolled to his elbows, exposing forearms that are unfairly distracting. His hair is damp. He showered. Here, in the other bathroom. I try not to think about that. Pavel is there too, along with 2 other men I don't recognize. Everyone looks tense. Volkov says something in Russian, sharp and commanding. Then he ends the call and turns and sees me. Our eyes meet across the room. "You're awake," he says, and there's something in his voice I can't name. Relief? Concern? What's happening? He gestures to the other men. They file out without a word, Pavel giving me one long, assessing look before he closes the door. Then it's just us. "The police came and went," Volkov says. "They wanted to question you." My stomach drops. "What did you tell them?" "That you were my guest, that you were with me all night, that I could personally account for your whereabouts." "They believed you?" "They didn't have a choice. I own this hotel. The security footage shows you entering the building with me, taking the private elevator to this suite. It doesn't show you leaving. Because I didn't leave. I've been here the whole time. But I was in the hallway. The hallway footage was corrupted. Technical malfunction. These things happen." He says it so casually, like erasing evidence is routine. Maybe for him it is. "So I'm... what? Clear?" "For now. They'll want to interview you eventually. But you're not a suspect. You're a witness who happened to be in the building." The relief is dizzying. "Thank you." He shrugs. "I told you I'd handle it." "You also told me to forget about you. That didn't age well." His mouth twitches, almost a smile. "No, it didn't." We stand there, morning light between us, and I'm suddenly aware of how I must look. Disheveled, vulnerable, wearing yesterday's clothes in a strange man's suite. "I should go," I say. "Not yet." "Why not? You said I'm not a suspect." "You're not. But Morrison's people don't know that. And they might decide to tie up loose ends before the investigation goes further." "Loose ends, meaning me. Meaning you." Fear prickles down my spine. "So what do I do?" Volkov moves closer, not invading my space but near enough that I catch that scent again, cedar and smoke and something uniquely him. "You stay close to me," he says quietly. "For the next few days, until this settles, I'll keep you safe. I can't just disappear. I have a job, an apartment, a life. Your editor thinks you're on medical leave, stomach flu, very contagious. You'll be back in a week." I stare at him. "You called my editor?" "I had Pavel call. He's very convincing." "This is kidnapping. You're describing kidnapping." "I'm describing protection. There's a difference. Not a legal one." "Emma." He says my name like he's savoring it. "Someone killed a senator last night. In a building where you were present with access you shouldn't have had. Morrison's associates are powerful and paranoid. They will eliminate anyone they see as a threat. The only reason you're safe right now is because they think you're mine. I'm not yours." "No," he agrees, "but they think you are, and that matters." I want to argue, want to insist I can take care of myself, that I don't need some mafia boss playing bodyguard, but my hands are shaking, and deep down, I know he's right. "How long?" I ask. "A week, maybe less, just until we know who killed Morrison and why." "And if I say no?" His expression darkens. "I'll have someone watch you anyway, but it'll be harder to keep you safe if you're not cooperating." God. The arrogance, the absolute certainty that his plan is the only option. The worst part? It probably is. "Fine," I say, 1 week, but I have conditions." "Such as?" "I need clothes. Real clothes, not whatever designer nonsense you're probably thinking." "Done." "I need my laptop, my phone, access to my files." Pavel will arrange it. And I need answers. I meet his eyes dead on. About who you are, what you do. Why Morrison's associates are scared of you. Volkov studies me for a long moment, then he reaches out, slowly, giving me time to pull away, and tucks a strand of hair behind my ear. His fingers brush my cheek. It's barely contact. It feels like electricity. Curious, he murmurs. Even now, you're still investigating. It's what I do. It's going to get you killed. Maybe, but at least I'll die knowing the truth. Something flashes in his eyes. Respect, maybe. Or something darker. 1 week, Emma Chen, he says. 7 days in my world. If you still want answers at the end. He steps back. I'll give them to you. It's not a promise. It's a challenge, and I've never been good at backing down from challenges. Deal, I say. His smile is slow and dangerous and makes my pulse kick into overdrive. Good, Volkov says. Then let's begin. So they move me to a different hotel, not another building, a different floor. The penthouse proper, apparently, Volkov's actual residence when he's in the city. It makes the presidential suite look modest. 3 bedrooms, a full kitchen, a living room with art that I'm pretty sure is original Rothko, floor-to-ceiling windows offering a 360 view of the city. This is obscene, I say, staring at the skyline. This is privacy, Volkov corrects. He's standing in the doorway watching me explore. No hotel staff, no security cameras inside the suite, just my people, who I trust. Must be nice. Trusting people. I trust very few people, but the ones I do. He shrugs. I trust absolutely. I turn to face him. And where do I fall on that spectrum? To be determined. Fair enough. Pavel arrives with bags, designer shopping bags from stores I've only window shopped at. Clothes, he explains, selected based on my size and apparent preferences. I want to protest the expense, the presumption, but I'm still wearing yesterday's cocktail dress, and pride has its limits. Thank you, I tell Pavel. He nods, eyes unreadable. Mr. Volkov wants you comfortable. Mr. Volkov wants me compliant. Pavel's mouth twitches. That too. When he leaves, I take the bags to the guest room, my room, apparently, for the next week. It's decorated in soft grays and whites, minimalist and elegant. The bed is enormous. The bathroom has a soaking tub. I could get used to this. No, I couldn't. Because this isn't real life. This is a strange, dangerous interlude where I'm playing houseguest to a man who probably kills people before breakfast. I shower, change into jeans and a soft sweater that fits perfectly and probably costs more than my rent. Pull my hair into a ponytail. When I emerge, Volkov is in the kitchen. Cooking. I stop short. You cook? He glances up from whatever he's doing with onions and garlic. You sound surprised. You seem more like a personal chef type of guy. I had a personal chef. He tried to poison me. Now I cook. I can't tell if he's joking. His expression gives nothing away. That was a joke, he says after a beat. Mostly. The poisoning part was real, but it was business, not personal, and I didn't have a chef at the time. Jesus Christ. What are you making? I ask because I don't know how else to respond to casual mentions of assassination attempts. Pelmeni, Russian dumplings, my mother's recipe. Something about that, the mention of his mother, the domesticity of cooking, makes him seem almost human. Dangerous thought. Can I help? I hear myself ask. He considers, then nods. You can make the dough. We cook together. It's surreal. Stranger than fiction surreal. I'm in a penthouse in Manhattan making dumplings with a Russian mob boss, while somewhere below us police are investigating a senator's murder, but Volkov's instructions are clear and patient. He shows me how to knead the dough, how to roll it thin, how to crimp the edges just right. Our hands brush. Flour dusts his black shirt. He swears in Russian when he burns his finger on the pot. It's normal. Almost. Your mother taught you this? I ask, filling the silence. Every Sunday, she said a man who couldn't cook couldn't take care of himself. And a man who couldn't take care of himself was weak. Sounds like a smart woman. She was. Is, he corrects. She's in Moscow, retired, doesn't approve of my work. Does she know what you do? She knows enough, chooses not to ask for details. He glances at me. Mothers are good at that, loving their children despite everything. There's something raw in his voice, something that makes me think of Pavel's words. Someone hurt her. What about your father? I ask carefully. Volkov's hands still on the dumpling he's forming. Dead, long time ago. I'm sorry. Don't be, he was a bastard. The flatness of his tone tells me everything I need to know. We work in silence for a while. Then, what about you? Your family? Mom's in California. Dad passed when I was 20. I have a sister in Boston. We're not close. Why not? I shrug. She thinks journalism is glorified gossip. I think corporate law is selling your soul. We agreed to disagree. But you miss her? It's not a question. I look at him, startled. How do you know? You said her name like it hurt. That means you care. I turn back to the dough, kneading harder than necessary. Perceptive. Occupational hazard. Being a criminal? Being alive. We're too good at this. This banter, this strange, easy rhythm. It should feel wrong. I should be terrified. But all I feel is curious and something warmer, something dangerous. We eat at the kitchen island, sitting on bar stools, plates of pelmeni steaming between us. They're delicious, better than any Russian food I've had in the city. Your mother's recipe is excellent, I say. I'll tell her you approve. She'll be pleased. Will you tell her about me? He pauses, fork halfway to his mouth. What would I tell her? That you're harboring a journalist, protecting her from your business associates, cooking her dinner. She'd think I'd lost my mind. Have you? His eyes meet mine, dark and intense and utterly serious. Possibly. My heart does something complicated in my chest. Why are you really doing this? I ask quietly. And don't say it's because I ran toward the elevators. That's not a reason to upend your life. My life isn't upended. It's adjusted. Semantics. Important semantics. He sets down his fork. You want honesty? Always. I watched you on the security footage, before my men brought you up. You were standing outside Morrison's suite, looking at the door, and your face... He shakes his head. You looked disgusted, angry, like you wanted to burn the whole place down, but you didn't. You straightened your shoulders, walked away, did the smart thing. Still not following. Most people in my world don't do the smart thing. They do the profitable thing, the expedient thing, but you chose principle over progress. That's, he searches for the word, rare. That's naive, I correct. Principles don't protect you. No, but they make you worth protecting. The weight of those words settles between us. I'm not some damsel in distress, I say. I don't need saving. I know, that's why I'm doing it anyway. God, he's infuriating, confusing, too handsome for his own good and definitely too dangerous for mine, and I'm in so much trouble. 1 week, I remind him, and myself. 1 week, he agrees, but the way he's looking at me suggests he's already thinking past the deadline. And the terrifying part? So am I. That night, I lie awake in my borrowed room, staring at the ceiling. Tomorrow I'll push harder, ask real questions. Figure out exactly who Alexei Volkov is and what he's involved in. Tomorrow I'll remember I'm a journalist, not a guest, an observer, not a participant. Tomorrow. But tonight, I'm just a woman in a stranger's home, listening to the sound of the city below and thinking about the man in the next room. The one who cooked me dinner, who noticed things about me no one else sees, who looked at me like I was something precious and dangerous at once. I should be afraid. I'm not. And that, more than anything, is what keeps me awake. I wake to the smell of coffee, not hotel coffee, real coffee, the kind that pulls you out of sleep with its rich, dark promise. I pull on a robe, silk, because of course everything here is luxury, and pad barefoot to the kitchen. Volkov is already dressed, charcoal suit, crisp white shirt, no tie yet. He's standing by the espresso machine, which looks like it belongs in a spaceship. "Morning," he says without turning around. "How did you know I was awake?" "You walk loud for someone so small." "I'm 5'7", that's not small." "It is to me." He turns, espresso cup in hand, and I'm struck again by how present he is, how he seems to take up more space than his physical form should allow. "Cappuccino? Americano? Or are you a straight espresso masochist?" "Cappuccino." "Please." He makes it with practiced efficiency, creating perfect microfoam, even doing the little leaf design on top. "Show off," I mutter. He smirks. "You haven't seen anything yet." The coffee is perfect. Of course it is. We stand there in the morning light, drinking coffee in comfortable silence, and it feels so bizarrely domestic that I have to remind myself, this man is not your friend. He's not your protector. He's a job. A story. "What's the plan today?" I ask, breaking the spell. "I have meetings, business. You'll stay here." "Absolutely not." His eyebrow rises. "Excuse me? You can't just lock me in a tower like Rapunzel. I'll go insane. And besides..." I meet his gaze steadily. "You promised me answers. Can't get those if I'm locked away." "The answers can wait. The deal was 1 week. I'm already burning days. So either take me with you, let me see what you actually do, or give me something now. Your choice." He studies me for a long moment. I can see him calculating, weighing risks. "You're persistent." "I'm a journalist. It's literally my job." "It's going to get you killed." "You keep saying that. I'm still alive." His jaw tightens. Then, surprisingly, "Fine." "Fine?" "You can come to one meeting, but you stay silent. You observe. You do exactly what I say when I say it, understood?" I should negotiate, should push for more, but honestly, I'm shocked he's agreeing at all. "Understood," I say. "Get dressed. Something professional. We leave in an hour." He walks away, leaving his coffee cup on the counter. I'm smiling. I shouldn't be smiling. But I am. The car is ridiculous. Black Mercedes, tinted windows, driver who looks like he moonlights as a nightclub bouncer. I slide into the back seat next to Volkov. Pavel is in the front passenger seat. "Where are we going?" I ask. "Queens, warehouse district." Sounds ominous. "It's storage, shipments, inventory." He glances at me. "Legal inventory." "Do you have illegal inventory too?" "Not today." It's not a no. The drive takes 40 minutes. Volkov spends most of it on his phone, speaking Russian too fast for me to catch even with my limited knowledge of the language. But I notice things. The way Pavel keeps checking the mirrors, the way Volkov's hand rests near his waistband, where a gun probably sits, the way the driver takes random turns, doubling back twice. They're checking for tails, making sure we're not followed. "Does someone want to hurt you?" I ask quietly when he ends another call. "Always," Volkov says simply. "It's the nature of the work." "Must be exhausting. Never feeling safe?" I feel safe. His eyes meet mine. "I just don't trust anyone outside my circle. And I'm not in your circle. Not yet." The yet makes my stomach flip. The warehouse is exactly what you'd expect. Concrete and steel, loading docks, forklifts moving pallets. But inside it's organized chaos, workers moving with purpose, computers tracking inventory, everything legitimate looking, too legitimate. Volkov leads me through the main floor, Pavel at his shoulder. People nod as we pass. No one questions my presence. We end up in an office at the back, glass-walled, overlooking the warehouse floor. A man is waiting, older, Italian maybe, based on his features and the way he embraces Volkov. Quick, efficient, but genuinely warm. "Alexei, amico, too long." "Marco, you're looking well." "I'm looking old, but rich, so I forgive myself." Marco turns to me, and his smile widens. "And who is this?" "Emma," Volkov says before I can introduce myself. "She's with me." The way he says with me, possessive, definitive, makes something hot curl in my stomach. Marco's eyebrows rise. With you, Interessante, you don't usually bring guests to business meetings. She's not usual. I can see that. Marco gestures to chairs. Please, sit. Can I offer coffee? Espresso? We're fine, Volkov says. We sit. Volkov angles his chair slightly, putting himself between me and Marco. Protective. So, Marco says, settling behind his desk. The shipment from Prague, it arrived? Last week, on schedule. And the quality? Exceptional. Your suppliers never disappoint. Good. And payment? Transferred yesterday. You should see it in your account by end of business. They continue talking, logistics, numbers, delivery schedules. It all sounds boring, legal. But I'm watching Marco's face, the way his eyes flick to me, the way he's choosing his words carefully. This isn't the real conversation. Emma, Marco says suddenly, you're very quiet. Are you always so observant? She's a journalist, Volkov says flatly. Marco's expression doesn't change, but I see the calculation behind his eyes. A journalist, Dio mio, Alexei, you know how to make things interesting. She's writing a story on hospitality industry trends, nothing controversial. The lie is smooth, easy. Marco looks at me. Is that true, Bella? I could blow this. Could tell the truth. Could watch everything Volkov built, this careful protection, this alibi, crumble. Instead, I smile. Hotel management is surprisingly fascinating. Did you know the luxury market grew 8% last quarter? Marco laughs. Spoken like someone who's done her homework. I like her, Alexei. Everyone likes her. It's a problem. Is it? Marco's gaze sharpens. Or is it an opportunity? Careful, amico. I'm always careful, but you… Marco leans back. You're being reckless. And you don't do reckless. So she must be special. Volkov's expression hardens. The shipment from Prague. Are we done discussing it? We are. But Alexei… Marco's voice softens. You're playing a dangerous game, mixing business and other interests. It rarely ends well. I'll take that under advisement. See that you do. We leave 10 minutes later. The drive back is silent. I can feel the tension radiating off Volkov. He's angry, not at me. At Marco, maybe, or at himself. What was that? I finally ask. Business. That wasn't business. That was… I search for the word. A warning. He was warning you about me. Volkov doesn't deny it. What's in the shipments from Prague? I press. Textiles. For my hotels. That's a lie. How would you know? Because you tensed when he mentioned quality, and because Marco called you reckless. People don't get warned about textile shipments. He turns to me, and there's something dangerous in his eyes. You're too smart for your own good. So I've been told. What's in the shipments, Alexei? The use of his first name makes him blink. I don't think I've said it out loud before. Things that keep my business running, he says quietly. Things you don't want to know about. Maybe I do. No, Emma, you don't. He holds my gaze. Because once you know, you can't unknow. And right now, there's still a chance you walk away from this clean. Still a chance you go back to your life and forget about me. Is that what you want? For me to forget? The silence stretches. Then, no. One word. But it feels like a confession. Then stop treating me like I'm fragile, I say. I'm not. I can handle the truth. The truth, Volkov murmurs, is that I'm trying very hard not to drag you into my world, because if I do, I won't let you leave. My breath catches. That's not a promise, I manage. That's a threat. It's both. We stare at each other, and the air in the car is electric. Pavel clears his throat from the front seat. We're approaching the hotel. The spell breaks. Volkov looks away first. Good. We have another meeting in an hour. We? You wanted answers. You'll get them. But be careful what you wish for, Emma Chen. His voice is soft, almost sad. And I realize he's not warning me away from his world. He's warning me that he won't stop me from entering it, which is somehow infinitely more terrifying. The second meeting is different. Smaller, more intimate. In the penthouse, not some warehouse. The guests arrive separately. 3 men, all well-dressed, all radiating the same controlled danger as Volkov. I'm introduced as his consultant. No one questions it. We sit in the living room. Me on the couch next to Volkov, the others in chairs. Pavel serves drinks. Whiskey, expensive, based on the bottle. "Gentlemen," Volkov says, "thank you for coming on short notice. When you call, Bratva, we answer." The speaker is young, maybe 30. Slavic features, cold eyes. Bratva, Russian, brotherhood. Oh God, I know what that means. "The Morrison situation," Volkov continues. "We need to discuss implications." "Morrison was compromised," another man says, American accent. "He was going to talk. Someone took him out before he could." "Do we know who?" "Working theory. His own people. They couldn't risk exposure." "Which means," the third man says slowly, "that they're cleaning house. Anyone connected to Morrison is a liability." All eyes turn to me. My heart stops. "She's not connected," Volkov says flatly. "She was in the wrong place. Nothing more." "You sure about that?" The young one leans forward. "Journalist. Investigating Morrison. Shows up the night he dies. That's a lot of coincidence, brat." "I'm sure." "How sure?" "Sure enough to stake my reputation on it." The weight of that statement settles over the room. "Your reputation," the American says carefully, "is considerable. You're willing to risk it for a woman you just met?" "I'm willing to risk it for someone under my protection. That's all you need to know." They exchange glances. Some silent communication I can't read. Then the young one smiles. It's not a nice smile. "She must be incredible in bed." I open my mouth. Volkov's hand lands on my thigh. Gentle, but definitive. "She's incredible," he says quietly. Period. "And if any of you forget that, we'll have a different kind of conversation. Understood?" The temperature in the room drops. Then, surprisingly, the American laughs. "Down, boy. No disrespect intended. See that it stays that way." The meeting continues, but I'm barely listening, because Volkov's hand is still on my leg, warm, possessive, and I haven't moved it. When they leave, I round on him. "What the hell was that?" "That was me protecting you. By claiming me like I'm property? By making it clear you're off limits. There's a difference." "Not from where I'm sitting." He steps closer. "From where you're sitting, Emma. You're alive. You're safe. You're not being hunted by Morrison's people or interrogated by my associates. That's what matters. What matters is that you keep making decisions for me. Because you don't understand the stakes. Then explain them." "I just did." He runs a hand through his hair, frustrated. "You heard everything. You saw everything. Morrison was working with us, with the Bratva. He was moving money, facilitating shipments, and then he got greedy. Started talking to federal investigators, so his own organization killed him to protect themselves." The pieces click into place. "And I was there. Which makes me a witness, or a convenient scapegoat." "Exactly. So by protecting me, you're, what, preventing a war?" "I'm preventing you from disappearing. There's a difference." I sink onto the couch. This is insane. This is actually insane. "Yes." He sits next to me, not touching, just present. "It is. I should run. I should go to the police, tell them everything." "You could. They'd put you in witness protection. New name, new life. Never see your family again. Never write another story. Just disappear." The bleakness of that future makes my chest ache. "Or," Volkov says quietly, "you stay. You trust me. And when this is over, you go back to your life. Your real life, just with a story you can never tell." "Why would I do that?" He turns to me, and his eyes are dark and sincere. "Because I'm asking you to." That's it. That's his argument. It shouldn't be enough. But God help me, it is. "1 week," I whisper. "1 week," he agrees. Our faces are inches apart. I can see the gold flecks in his eyes again, can count his breaths. "If you kiss me right now," I say, "I won't stop you." His jaw clenches. I know. Then why don't you? Because, he says roughly, if I start, I won't stop, and you deserve better than being claimed in the middle of crisis. Maybe I don't want better. Maybe I want this. You don't know what you want. You're scared, and grateful, and running on adrenaline. That's not the same as wanting me. You're wrong. Prove it. The challenge hangs between us. Then I do something insane. I kiss him. Cliffhanger. It's not soft, not tentative, it's desperate, hungry, weeks of tension compressed into seconds. He makes a sound, surprise or surrender, I can't tell, and then his hands are in my hair, and he's kissing me back like I'm oxygen, and he's drowning. We break apart, both breathing hard. Emma. Don't, I say. Don't tell me this is a mistake. Don't tell me I don't know what I want. I'm an adult. I'm choosing this. You're choosing me. Yes. Something shifts in his expression. Possession? Satisfaction? Something darker. Then you're mine, he says quietly. For the next 5 days. After that, you walk away. But right now, in this moment, you're mine. It should scare me, should send me running. Instead, I whisper, okay. And I mean it. Outside the windows, the city glitters. Unaware, uncaring. Inside, I've just made a deal with the devil. Or maybe I've just found the one person who sees me, all of me, and wants me anyway. Time will tell which. But as Volkov pulls me close, as I sink into his arms and let the world fade away, I realize something terrifying. I don't want the week to end. I want more. And in his world, wanting more is the most dangerous thing you can do. 5 days left. 5 days to figure out if this is real. 5 days before I have to choose my life or him. The clock is ticking, and I have no idea what I'll decide.